Hello and welcome to IVGTC Season 5 Round 4. We are at Kyalami in South Africa for the South African V-Prix. It's currently the height of the qualifying sessions. There is still 14.5 minutes to go. So let us take a look at the timing tower. We have Merkur VR, who's currently in the lead for Aston Martin Racing WEC with a 1:49.992. Very amazing time already. And he's shortly, closely followed by Le Casillas in the BMW M4. In third position, we currently have Emilia Anderson, teammate of Le Casillas. Le Casillas being the wingman, of course, to Emilia Anderson, our VTuber here. Fourth, we have Reska Kyoso. They, again, on the track. Finally, we have not seen enough of the yellow Audi, I have to say for myself. And them coming back and showing immediate pace is looking lovely. In P5, we have Psycho Kaiser, currently 1.2 seconds off the pace. Hoping to get something better from the top Lexus driver. Albert Georgi is in P6 for VM Interplanetary, followed by Victor Masato, the VTuber in the VM Interplanetary team. Akito Asasagawa is in P8 currently, followed by Gary Slater in P9 and Damian Przystupa in P10. Let us actually take a look now at Psycho Kaiser, because they seem to be improving their time quite massively, coming down the hairpin now down the hill with 8/10 to spare up on their time. This could catapult them into the podium contention provisionally, as well as, well, at least into P4. But saving a bit time now through the crocodiles. Let's see, can he take Cheetah as well? Losing a bit of time. They're going safe through Cheetah and through the last corner onto the start-finish straight, gaining a bit more time, but the exit is not the best. What can this be? It is P2 for Psycho Kaiser right now. Let us now take a look at Merkur VR and go for a ride around the track. Let's go for bonnet cam for this. Actually, no, let's go for the interior cam. And we start on the start-finish straight. Come into this slight right-hand kink here. Turn 1 called the kink. And now we get into turn 2. Break it shortly after 100 meters for Crowthorne. Now we get into 3 and 4 up the hill, the Jukes K sweep. Now go far outside for this left-hander, 90 degrees, called barbecue. And now we're on the back straight. We're coming up to the fastest section, the fastest corner on the track. The high-speed corner, you don't need to brake so much for turn 6, Sunset. Now coming into T7, Clubhouse. There's a bit of a crash up ahead as we get into the S's. Very dangerous spot here. Do not cross the curb too much or else your car will bounce off track. And we come into the hairpin at the top of the hill, which is called Leeuwkop or something like that. I think that is Dutch. As Merkur VR is closing up on, I think there is an Aston Martin driver up ahead. And we come into this left-hander, mineshaft, very quick left-hander. Now at the left, see the 100 braking board. Brake for the crocodiles, turn 13, and slight left-hand kink, turn 14. Slight mischief there as we go into Cheetah. And the last corner, braking about 50 meters for Ingwe. Let's see, that was about 2 seconds slower than Mercu's best. Well, there were some interruptions on the way. Let us take a look at Albert Jörgi, currently in the first sector of the racetrack, but improving on their time as it seems right now. 2/10 up on their time. Albert Jörgi is a regular contender for the top 5 positions. Unfortunately, they have had some problems with DNFs as they punch out Leon JHK out of the way there, and this probably has led to some time lost this corner, but they're still over a tenth up on their time. Let's see, Lukop, is there any time to be saved around here? Oh, there's massive time to be saved on the exit, however, losing quite a bit, saving 2/10 in the whole process though. Now coming into the Crocodiles, what can happen here for the VM Interplanetary driver? Losing a bit of time on the braking, but gaining everything on the exit. Slow in, fast out. That is the case here, but getting a bit sideways here out of Cheetah. And coming on to the start, finish straight with 7/10 to spare. This is challenging for Reskakiosa's place in P5, and it is provisional P5 for Albert Jörgi. The wingman is happy with this time, resetting to pits now. We look a bit further down the field as the Aston Martin Racing WEC wingman of Adrian Dubrovka. By the way, he created this beautiful team livery for the Aston Martin Racing WEC team. Totally based on a real life livery that Aston Martin is racing or has raced at WEC races. Oh, getting a bit unsettled there out of Lukop. Lost a bit of time in the S's. Now 2/10 down on their time. However, if we go up to our leader, their teammate, Merkur VR, they're currently looking set for an even better time than they have already been doing. A 10th up on their time. This could be a 41.8. They managed to bring it across the line. Coming here through Lukop, losing a bit of time on the exit and maybe joining up to Leon JHK. Presumably Leon JHK also being on a valid lap, going very wide there, and this is bad for Merkur VR. They have to go slower through Cheetah as there is a slower driver up ahead right there. Mentrix, who's currently in P20, is looking to improve on their time. Currently in the Crocodiles, 4/10 up on their time. Coming through Cheetah, taking it very safely to not hit that sausage curb on the inside. Now with the Vitality Opera Audi. Coming onto the start, finish straight, 6/10 up on their time. This is an improvement in time, but not an improvement in position. Neocast is looking set to improve the time as well. Coming here through the... That was not the S's, was it? No. That was up the hill, that was the sweep. Yes, very much at the start of the lap still. 2/10 up, but coming into Sunset now. This is a corner which is very important to get right. Sometimes you need to brake a bit to get the turn in right, but if you brake too much, you carry not enough speed, and then you have to not be on full throttle through the corner. It's a very tough corner to get right and a very rewarding one if you manage to pull it off. Neocast, however, has lost 2/10 the meantime, so presumably not being able to improve on that time through Lukop, going a bit wide there. This is not going to help them in their pursuit. Seems like they're down on their time. Let's see through the last parts. Oh, they have invalidated their laps somewhere along the way. Let's go further up to Le Casillas, who is currently coming into the S's and is set to improve his time. Maybe up into P1, 2.5 tenths up. This could do wonders for the Swiss driver who's looking to take the championship this season. Losing a bit into Luca, now only 1.8 tenths up on their time. Into the crocodiles, braking very late, coming across, taking all of the track, but lost a bit of time through crocodiles and through Cheetah even more. This is not going to be an improvement for Le Casillas. Competizione Integrale is at the start of the racetrack. The fanboy Hooters driver losing a bit of control there and unfortunately crashing out right before barbecue. We go up again to Mirko VR, the VTuber. The VTuber by pace this season around. Oh, it seems like Psycho Kaiser has catapulted themselves into P2. But Mirko VR is set to at least set a similar time to what they did before. Gaining on the exit it seems, or in the middle of the corner, but losing a bit on the exit. This was not a time improvement, but very close to their original time. Le Casillas unfortunately just lost their time due to track limit infringement. Look further down, we have DJ Overdrive as well, currently in P19, the Grip Runners driver. Beautiful livery made by DJ Overdrive themselves, based on, of course, the Need for Speed team from the, I believe, the Pro Street games, if I'm not mistaken entirely. But DJ Overdrive now 5 tenths up on their time. This could be an improvement in time. There has to be much change, however, for it to be an improvement in position as well. Overdrive currently 6.3 seconds down. 8 tenths need to be saved in order to catch up to Alex Benson. But I have to say, this livery is very well done. It's very beautifully making sense of that front end of the BMW M4. As DJ Overdrive improved into within 3 tenths of Alex Benson now. A bit further up the field, we have Akito Asagawa in P8, looking to improve the time, but getting unsettled somewhere and getting an invalid lap as well now. Mostly invalid laps right now. Kageru Kanemoto is aiming to catch up to DJ Overdrive. Currently 3 tenths up on their time. The Porsche driver coming into the S's right now. I have to say, there are some beautiful liveries. Some people seem to put so much work into their art for the liveries. It's beautiful to see. As Kageru Kanemoto saves quite a bunch of time through Lukop, now 6 tenths up on their personal time. This could challenge DJ Overdrive for P19. Now into the crocodiles, losing on the exit. Only 4 tenths up now. Let's see, can they take Cheetah aggressively? Doing so! almost getting unsettled, losing a bit of time in the process, however, the last corner can also get some savings in. It doesn't seem to be the case for Kageru Kanemoto. 3/10 up on their time in the end, across the finish line with P20. Merco VR is looking to improve their time now into the 41.8 maybe. No, but it is a 41.91, manifesting their P1 position in qualifying. It looks like that is not going to be challenged by anyone. Most of the people are in the pits, with a few people out on track, but they do not seem to improve this time around. Nicosia here, the last one having the chance, attacking very heavily. Let's see, can they do anything into the last corner? Accelerating out, saving a bit, a minuscule thing to find the correct word. But enough to catapult them above V3. Let us take a look through the ranks now. For that. Recam working. Oh, there is a bit of a problem. The focal length was, of course, as always. MP1. We have Merco VR racing for Aston Martin WEC. Second place, we have Psycho Kaiser for Koneko Racing. Then we have Le Casillas, followed by teammate Emilia Anderson. In fourth is Reska Kyoso for Who Wants a Soda. Then Albert György, followed by teammate Victor Masato for VM Interplanetary. Then two factory Koneko Racing drivers. There we go. Akito Asazagawa and Gary Slater. Then we have the second of the two Aston Martin WECs in P10, Adrian Dubrovka, followed by Damian Prestupa, Chike Hawken, Jordan Brunch, Theo Cass, Alexander Arthur, Leon JHK, Alex Benson, Panic Fungus, DJ Overdrive, Kakeru Kanemoto, iMentrix VT, and Trazione Integrale. Someone is missing there.
20 seconds.
Someone is missing there. Who could that be? Who could that be missing it? I don't know.
10 seconds.
But they have 10 seconds to connect to the server. Otherwise, there is going to be a problem. And someone else. Alex Benson forget to press the drive button. That is very unfortunate for the American. It was a bit early in the day, eh? For them. So it's not surprising they are going to have trouble with something. Well, I don't know. Is Alex Benson actually from the east or the west coast? I have no idea. That would be something interesting to find out in order to find out what the time of day is for them. However, that is something to focus on another day. Today we are focusing on racing at Kyalami. Oi boy, we are having the warm-up lap right now. We have, of course, a running start, as always. Currently, it's single file going through racetrack clubhouse right now. Go the leaders. Coming up to the S's. Getting a last look of the track that you're going to tackle for 1 hour. And there's going to be one major challenge this time around. the pit entry. It's a rather short pit entry, and some people might get a penalty for crossing the pit entry line too quickly. And we will see if that is going to happen to anyone. First, we're gonna have to get through at least about half of the race. Drivers come into the crocodiles right now. And we're going double file. Getting one last look at the pit entry. One last look at Cheetah. And through Ingwer onto the start-finish straight. Now let's see who gets the better position. It looks like Psycho Kaiser is positioning themselves way up front. What is Lecasseas doing? Way out of line right now.
Green line, green
As
line.
we go green, 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 and Lecasseas gets the jump. But without getting a drive-through penalty. What has happened here? Raskaki also attacking on the inside. Very aggressive as Mirko VR loses a bunch of positions. And that is Gary Slater being crashed out. Mirko VR being turned around in the middle of that. What happened there? There's 4 wides up ahead. And that is Victor Massato turning away Trazione Integrale. Somehow, in all that, Lecasseas managed to get away with the lead for now, being followed by Psycho Kaiser. I don't know how that worked, or who was out of line there, but it seems like Lecasseas getting... Wow! That was one way to take P1. Akito Asasagawa, however, making up positions, or losing position to Jordan Brunch right now, actually. Jordan Brunch with a very good start today. And being followed by Damian Pristupa and Akito Asasagawa. There's a yellow flag for Alexander Arthur. What happened in the Crocodiles there? There is a major incident. Let us take a look at the replay for Alexander Arthur. There is a bad rejoin, but that is not the problem they were facing. There is a touch between Victor Massato, I believe, as well as Alexander Arthur. Yes, that must have been Victor Massato, because Albert György is in P5 right now, being followed by Akito Asagawa, who just now overtook Jordan Brunch. Let us take a look at that overtake. On the start, finish straight, going for it into T1, braking a bit later. Easy, simple, clean. That is the way to overtake. Everyone take note. Akito Asagawa is showing the way to overtake into T1. DJ Overdrive is following Leon JHK and being followed by Gary Slater right now. Oh, they run a bit wide there, both of them in the back. Leon JHK managing to keep it tidy, keep it between the white lines. DJ Overdrive a bit slow there for Gary Slater, who had such a bad start, getting somehow pushed off the track before the first corner even. Seems like Leon JHK is getting away. Victor Massato, though, is now catching up to those two as well. The McLaren driver is looking to regain positions that they have lost in the beginning of the race. Gary Slater now overtaking DJ Overdrive on the exit of Lukop. And Victor Masato having a look into the Crocodiles, not being close enough, however. On the exit, they are side by side with DJ Overdrive, but managed to overtake before Cheetah. And Gary Slater is already getting attacked by Victor Masato on the outside, and Victor Masato makes the pass. No problem. Wow, up into P11 now. Okay, let us take a look at the statistics. Who were the top starters? The top starters were Jordan Brunch, up 6 positions, starting in P13 and P7. And Leon JHK starting in P16, now in P10. The worst starters were, well, it was Mirko VR who got the sausage there. Oi, 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 Mirko down 13 now, 12 positions, just overtaking DJ Overdrive there. And unfortunately, we already have some people in the pits. We have Theo Cass, we have Panic Fungus, and we have Tars the 14th, who is now racing for the first time with us, I believe. And unfortunately, seems like they had a disconnect with the Toyota. Okay, now that I've seen it, you're not gonna get any more screen time. I'm sorry. Further up ahead, we have Psycho Kaiser following Emilia Anderson right now. Emilia Anderson seems to have made up the position, and the pit window now opens. Everyone who has sustained damage can now dive into the pits and get their repairs done, while also getting their mandatory pit stop out of the way. Mandatory pit stop, by the way, is that yellow, the white number 1 on a yellow background on the left that you see next to the driver number. That signals that the driver has yet to do 1 mandatory pit stop. Further back, we have Victor Masato, now on the rear of Leon JHK. Victor Masato going very aggressive into T1. This is not enough. This is by far not enough. They need to be more side by side, but it seems like the Audi had some better acceleration on the straight there. Getting, or some better top speed rather. Mirko VR, however, is attacking right behind that. Against Gary Slater now on the outside for Sunset. This is not the best place to be. They have to take a step back right now and wait with the overtake for later. Victor Masato now attacking into the S's. Seems like they can get the move done without any problem. Leon JHK making much space there, leaving much space for the faster driver. And Mirko now into Lukop, trying to overtake on the outside. But Gary Slater is aggressive. Is it enough? No, it's not. The position has not been defended. Mirko VR back into P12 now. Reska Kyoso is catching up to a dwindling Psycho Kaiser. It seems like the pace of Kaiser is off. Now, since the start of the race, from starting in P2, sustaining P2 after Le Casillas managed to overtake their way through the whole first 2 drivers, and losing a position to Emilia Anderson, and now being very closely followed by Reska Kyoso. Lexus probably has a bit of top speed advantage, but that cannot be played out to the most of its advantages, basically, on this track, as we do not have 2 longer straights. We have the start-finish straight, but that is about the only place. Now we have Gary Slater attacking Leon JHK and managing to do the overtake, it seems. And DJ Overdrive right behind Shike Hawken. Is this Shike Hawken maybe getting a better position? It looks like it. Oh, wait, no, it's Alexander Arthur. Okay, it seems like Alexander Arthur had a problem. Further up ahead, we have Mirko VR, who is currently catching up to Victor Masato, the two front runners who had some trouble in the beginning of this race. Now looking to battle it out for P10 already. Just right in front of them, it seems to be Theo Cass, who is a lap down or two. Mirko VR is looking racy, looking angry now that there has been the mishaps in T1. Truth be told, this is now the attack into T1 that we've been waiting for. The Aston very good on the brakes. Will it be enough? However, they are side by side on the exit. And now coming into the Duke's K sweep. Mirko VR is behind again. Through barbecue. The back straight. Mirko VR did not manage to make that overtake stick. Now, with some more pace through Sunset. Maybe there's an overtaking opportunity, but no, and Theo Cash in the back spinning out there. Mirko VR now has to wait a bit, because the next opportunity to overtake will be here, but no, they are not far enough side by side. The next overtaking opportunity will be at the bottom of the hill into Crocodile, but therefore Mirko VR needs a good run out of Lukop. It doesn't seem to be the best of runs. Doesn't seem to be enough. Victor Masato going for the defensive line. This sure helps Albert Georgi it helps even the team of VM Interplanetary for the team championship. As there is the fight in the team championship between VM Interplanetary and Aston Martin Racing WEC. These two teams are both set for good positions in the team standing, and this is the battle that they are both waiting for. We have both of the Aston Martin Racing WEC drivers here around the P10 position, while Albert Georgi is up crucially in P5, still holding strong. The two quick cars of Victor Masato and Mirko VR are ever catching up to Adrian Dubrovka. Will there be team orders there from Mirko to Dubrovka? Of course, Mirko is the quicker driver. Usually. They are very much closing up to Victor Masato now. Very much closing up to Adrian Dubrovka now. There is an overtake attempt, but the outside line carries more speed for Victor Masato. They are side by side at the exit of Lukop. And it seems like Mirko VR makes it stick. Will Victor Masato try to attack again? No, not close enough. Into Crocodile. Now let's see, that overtake cost them some time through Lukop. Well, we'll have to see what the team orders are. Are there any team orders? Will Mirko VR be allowed to overtake without any problem? And will Adrian Dubrovka then crucially try and hold back Victor Masato? Go further back as DJ Overdrive seems to have caught out a GK Hawken with some troubles through Cheetah, possibly catching the sausage curb, and it seems like Adrian Dubrovka led past Mirko VR without any problem. Now we have Victor Masato on the catch. and trying to catch Adrian Dubrovka, trying to get the Polish driver for P10. Adrian Dubrovka currently showing rather good pace, being able to drive a bit away from Victor Massato through this second sector. Assetto catching up into Lukop just a tiny bit. But it doesn't seem like it will be enough for an overtake this lap. The times now are about 1 second between Mirko, Dubrovka and Massato each. Massato will be wanting to overtake Adrian Dubrovka at least in order for the aforementioned team battle to go ahead. Go ahead in the favor of VM Interplanetary. Massato now really on the rear of Adrian Dubrovka now through sunset. Can any speed be retained for an overtake? Oh, there seems to be a bit of a fake going on there. And the one with more cost through that was Victor Massato, losing quite a bit of time, going a bit off track. As Mirko VR is now catching up to Damian Przystupa, the Porsche driver, getting out of the way. Ooh. That was very aggressive by Mirko VR, very aggressive tailgating there. As it went past Damian Przystupa without a problem. Now Jordan Brunch is in Mirko's sights. Meantime, there's a yellow flag for Shike Hawken. What happened there? Oh, seems like they have been called out by the S's. Let us take a look. Going a bit off track, losing it on the grass, and hitting the wall front on. Ooh, this will have some long repairs. Look at the front of that Porsche. That is about the maximum extent of damage you can have in a Assetto Corsa Competizione, it looks like. But very unfortunate for the driver, as Victor Mirko VR has overtaken Jordan Brunch for P8. What's Shike Hawken doing? Crawling back to the pits, going off track here in the Crocodiles. Agero Kanemoto in the meanwhile is fighting iMentrix VT. Porsche against Audi. Oh, the Porsche going a bit wide there. Losing a bit of time there onto the start-finish straight. It looks like Mentrix has a very damaged car. And Alexander Arthur is in the pits. Take a look, Shike Hawken now coming around Cheetah and entering the pits as well. We have a yellow flag between Adrian Dubrovka and Victor Massato. What happened there? Let us take a look and see the replay. Oh, Adrian Dubrovka getting a bit unsettled there. And the two touching into the S's. Very unfortunate. Both of them losing positions. It seems like Adrian Dubrovka has gotten the worst of it. Down into P13, while Victor Massato is in P11, following Leon JHK right now. And Alexander Alpha has an SG30, as Leon JHK gets very unsettled here out of Cheetah. The first stop-go 30 penalty of the day has been served. Yes, I said the first, because there's a very short pit lane here, as I said already. As I mentioned, and Alexander Arthur, this SG30, seems to have demotivated them. They reset to the pits. Theo Cass now on the back of Trazione Integrale, trying to go for an overtake there, but not quite the pace, not quite enough pace for that move right here. Through the S's, Trazione Integrale seems to hold them, seems to hold Theo Cass up a bit. This is a battle for position. Trazione Integrale, very defensive line to Lucorp right there. What can Theo Cass do on the exit? Oh, tailgating very close. Not having enough pace to go for an overtake down into the crocodiles. Not enough pace through Cheetah, but Theo Cass hitting the sausage there. And this is Merco VR coming around now to lap these cars. Followed by Jordan Brunch. And Adrian Dubrovka is now looking to take on Leon JHK for P11. PK Hawkins still in the pits. Yeah, there was some bad damage. It seems like that is going to take long to repair that. As Kagero Kanemoto is attacking DJ Overdrive, they're both side by side down the mountain. Coming into Mineshaft. Very quick corner and Kagero Kanemoto comes out on top. Going very wide though into Crocodiles. They are side by side again. Oh, this is not the place you want to be. Going very slow there. DJ Overdrive on the inside very safely. As they seem to be battling with Mentrix now. DJ Overdrive entering the pits and Mentrix now on the rear of Kagero Kanemoto. There's a yellow flag for Reska Kyoso. What happened there? Let's take a look back. Seems to have been something at Cheetah. Reska Kyoso. Amelia Anderson is in the pits. Reska Kyoso coming into Cheetah right there. Car ahead, getting all unsettled. Alex Benson were getting all unsettled and taking Reska Kyoso with him. Oh, that is very unfortunate. That is much damage for Reska Kyoso due to a mistake that was not their own. Getting past another car right now. That white Lexus belongs to Hals, the 14th, with 3 laps down, but still quicker than Reska Kyoso with the damaged Audi. As DJ Overdrive exits the pits, Amelia Anderson also exited the pits, both without sustaining a penalty. Adrian Dubrovka is battling with Leon JHK. Both are side by side out of the S's. No, not the S's. That was the Jukes K sweep. And the switchback comes from Leon JHK. The switchback allowing Leon JHK to sustain the P11 from Adrian Dubrovka. Amelia Anderson further up ahead, trying to get back positions. Of course, Amelia Anderson is now the provisional leader, as Nikaseas, Reska Kyoso and Akito Asasagawa all in the front have dived into the pits now. Amelia Anderson, provisional leader right now. Let's see whether they come out in front of or behind Nikaseas. Michael Kaiser, Albert Görgi and Merco VR inheriting on merit the podium positions. Let's take a look. Nikaseas gets moving. Amelia Anderson coming around to the start finish line. But it looks like Nikaseas has managed to get out ahead, way ahead of Emilia Anderson. Well, before they were so close to each other, there are now 4 seconds separating the two. That is not the undercut that Emilia Anderson has been hoping for. This is by far not the undercut Emilia Anderson has been hoping for. Now, 3.5 seconds behind Le Casillas now that everything's back up to pace. But still stuck behind Victor Massato. I say stuck because Emilia Anderson showed some great pace in qualifying compared to Victor Massato. Of course, both qualified in the top, what do I want to say and not lie? Top 6, I believe. Victor Massato, I believe, qualified in P6. However, Emilia Anderson, of course, qualifying a bit ahead of that. It doesn't look like Emilia Anderson can find an easy way past. Of course, the Porsche has a top speed disadvantage on the McLaren. It's gonna have to be the technical sections that will help Emilia Anderson. Through Cheetah. Not much time to be gained. Trying to show themselves in the mirror of the last corner. However, not working out. It's just 2/10 or 1 car length even separating the two. And that is Constantina. Let's see if they Constantina together enough for this overtake to happen. Emilia Anderson on the inside of Victor Massato. Massato with the outside line having much more pace into the Duke's Case sweep. Managing to sustain P2. However, Victor Massato has not yet pit, of course. This is all helping Le Casillas, who is getting away from Emilia Anderson on his battle to get yet another win on IVGTC races. Leon JHK is also battling with Adrian Dubrovka. Adrian Dubrovka just having taken P9 from the Test Drive Unlimited racer, but there is an attack coming right now and they are being closely followed. That is Gary Slater. That is Gary Slater, but where is Gary Slater on track, on positions? In P10. Oh, and Gary Slater seems to take Adrian Dubrovka into Luke Cobb. This has been a bad second sector for Adrian Dubrovka, the Polish driver losing 2 positions as Jordan Brunch and Damien Pristupa both into the pits. In the meantime, Emilia Anderson has been able to get past Victor Massato. However, there are now almost 6 seconds separating Le Casillas and Emilia Anderson. 2 teammates in provisional P1 and 2. I'm sure they will be pleased enough to have a team 1-2, but they will not be too pleased. Well, Emilia Anderson might not be too pleased by being yet again only second to their teammate. There's a 3-way battle, it seems, between Leon JHK, Gary Slater, and Adrian Dubrovka still going on. Gary Slater understeering here into turn 6. Getting a bit unsettled and losing 2 positions. Well, potentially though. Adrian Dubrovka now only fighting with Leon JHK for P7. As all of the 3 have yet to pit. With 32 minutes left on the clock, let us go through the provisional standings right now. We have Psycho Kaiser, followed by Albert Georgi, Merkur, who's currently going into the pits, Le Casillas, Emilia Anderson, Victor Massato, Leon JHK, Adrian Dubrovka, Gary Slater, Akito Asasagawa, Damien Pristupa, Jordan Branch, Reska Kyozo, Kageru Kanemoto, Mentrix, Theo Cass, DJ Overdrive. Where are they? There they are. Alex Benson. Camera. There we go. Panic Fungus. Trazione Integrale. GK Hawken. And Tals the 14th. Let's see where Merco VR comes out after pitting. It doesn't seem like they did repair too much of the damage. Still a very scraped front fender. Coming out in P9, it seems, behind Akito Asasagawa. About 4 seconds behind as Agent Dubrovka is attacking into the Juice K sweep. They're side by side, but Leon JHK seems to have the upper hand. Oh, this is some bad. Oh, this hurt. This hurt. Agent Dubrovka, they're losing. Well, braking way too late for this corner turn 5 or 6 barbecue. Losing positions to Akito Asasagawa and Merco VR in this stat. And this is likely going to be a penalty. I'm sorry, but I have to say that this is going to be a penalty. Very likely. Leon JHK now having been overtaken by Akito Asasagawa. Asasagawa seeming to have good pace now. A provisional P3, but Psycho Kaiser and Albert Georgi have yet to pit. There's still half of the lap race left to go. As the field seems to have spread out for now. Theo Cass is now into the pits. The wingman to Panic Fungus. Exiting now. Possibly, maybe. Oh no, starting pit. And Panic Fungus, the teammate, just as you speak of them, getting unsettled in Cheetah. Possibly due to the ever dangerous, yes, sausage curb. Well, let's take a look at Trazione Integrale. Yellow flag. Oh, seems to have gotten unsettled there through the S's. Oh, with a much traffic coming on. Waiting their time. Get off the track. And waiting their time to get back on track. Safe driving like that, that is gladly seen as Merco VR is catching up to Leon JHK. Leon JHK not yet having pit, Merco VR has. Now this means it is advantage Merco VR by about 30-40 seconds, something in that ballpark. However, Leon JHK will not care for that, or will they? They're going side by side into Lukop, the hairpin at the top of the hill. Oh, Leon JHK understeering into Merco VR. This has been an understeer fest so far, and Kageru Kanemoto with a yellow flag. What has happened there? Let us take a look at the replay side by side with DJ Overdrive into T1, almost getting taken out there. Oh, and touching, coming together twice actually with DJ Overdrive. Gary Slater in the meantime having been able to make up some positions through that kerfuffle through turn 1. Now on the rear of Mentrix VT for Koneko X Enigma Racing. The wingman on the back of a VTuber. He's like losing some time there. Reska Kyoso though on the rear now of Jordan Branch. The Audi driver for Who Wants a Soda. looking to gain more positions, looking to get back into the top 10. And there's a yellow flag for Mentrix. What has happened? Is it again Cheetah? The Cheetah catching out another prey. Yes! Just barely clipping the sausage curb at Cheetah. Very unfortunate for Mentrix. Now has a bit of front end damage. Further up ahead we have Reska Kyoso following Jordan Branch still. And the both are behind Theo Cass, who is 1 or 2 laps down on them. Either way, getting blue flagged and having to take care of that sooner or later. Reska Kyoso. Ooh, climbing the curbs, trying to get past Jordan Branch. It seems they're getting a bit desperate at this moment in time. Can they do anything through Mineshaft? Carry enough speed into the crocodiles? Does not seem like it. Jordan Branch, the Scottish driver. Very defensive, very active, very well driven by the Scottish Lexus. But this is gonna annoy Reska Kyoso, who usually is a bit quicker. On the exit, however, of the last corner, Ingwe. What can Reska Kyoso do? Not too much. Breaks a bit earlier into T1 in order to not crash into the back of Jordan Branch. Branch going wide a bit. Not taking the most optimal line through T1. Two. Kink is T1. Through Barbecue, it seems like Jordan Branch has again gained some time. Further up ahead, we have Psycho Kaiser now in the back of Victor Massato. Psycho Kaiser having pits. Albert Gergi also in the pits. Lekaseas has now inherited the lead back. Victor Massato keeping up the pit stop for very late. What can Psycho Kaiser do? The top speed advantage of the Lexus cannot be shown on Kyalami's front straight. Alex Benson now battling currently with DJ Overdrive, managing to get the overtake done into T1. Further up ahead, Reska Kyoso is still following Jordan Branch into Crocodile. Following closely into the last corner, this is where the exit pays very heavily tribute to the speed on the start-finish straight. Theo Cass still in front of them, managing to hold their own. But Reska Kyoso now going for the overtake. Seems like it is done. But now they have to contend with Theo Cass. Meantime, Psycho Kaiser has also gotten ahead of Victor Massato as they come back to the back mark of Kageru Kanemoto. Kageru Kanemoto getting out of the way into the last corner. Victor Massato will be wanting to get past as well. As a bit further up ahead, there is Adrian Dubrovka, the next back marker to be negotiated by the two. Theo Cass still managing to hold their own in front of Reska Kyoso, who is not getting away from Jordan Branch as easily as you might have thought. Still about half a second between the two. Jordan Branch very much still within the slipstream range, and Leon JHK, our resident Test Drive Unlimited racer, who has joined us for this season. For the first time, is now in the pits. I have to say, up until this point, oh, that's Theo Cass getting out of the way there. Seems like both Reska Kiosk and John Branch got through. Maybe John Branch got a bit worse off, having to get out of the way a bit into the last corner. That was a bit awkward to overtake. And Psycho Kaiser and Victor Masato managed to both get ahead of Agent Dubrovka. But it seems like Victor Masato losing a bit of time now, having lost a bit of time in that whole overtaking scenario, a lapping scenario even. Gordon Branch now, oh, stuck behind a back marker. That might be panic fungus. Let's take a look. Yes, I believe it is panic fungus. Panic fungus having more black on the car, it seems, than Theo Cass, the teammate. Theo Cass has a full-on pink livery. And there's a yellow flag for Trazione Integrale. Let us take a look what happened there. Oh, it seems like the cheetah has caught another victim. Oh, but without the sausage this time. Very unfortunate for the resident driver, our resident Italian driver. Still have 4 people yet to pit, and there's a yellow flag for panic fungus. What happened there? Go back. Where are we on track right now? The last corner. Ingwer getting a bit unsettled. Oh, stopping the car side the road. Okay. As we have 4 more cars yet to pit, one of them being Victor Masato, currently in P3. Seems that they will get out in P7 should they pit now. Let's see, will Victor Masato... No, they will not enter the pits. They will wait a bit. We only have 20 minutes left of this race. And the pit window is only up for another 14 minutes. That will give about 9 to 10 opportunities. Yeah, something like that. To still... more like 9 opportunities to still get the entry for the pits done. Of course. Not 10. I'm not driving 140 flats. Albert Georgi not being followed anymore? Wait. Oh! Akito Asasagawa and Marco VR. It seems like Marco VR might have had a bit of a trouble in the meanwhile, because I swear they were following Albert Georgi for a while there. Anyways, it seems like the 3 are a bit coming together right now. Oh, Akito Asasagawa losing a bit of time there. And now Marco VR has their sights on the French driver. The French Lexus very wide there and very much wanting to negotiate these back markers as quickly and as safely as possible. Of course, they want to keep the position from Marco VR. As soon as Victor Masato pits, they're going to be behind this trio of Albert Georgi, Akito Asasagawa and Marco VR. And Victor Masato heads into the pits right now. This is going to be Georgi, Asasagawa and Marco VR coming past Masato. So this is now the battle for P4 altogether. As we saw in the background there, I believe there was Kanemoto heading to the pits. Yes. The whole grid is a bit apart. Currently, the purple lap time is Emilia Anderson's, setting a 1:42.200 best lap. That is very closely on the pace of qualifying. The next best lap, let's take a look, is Le Casillas, actually our leader with a 1:42.435. The next best lap seems to be Psycho Kaiser's, our third person, with a 1:42.702. And Reska Kyoso is getting closer to Damien Pristupa now, battling for P7. And there's a drive-through for Victor Massato! I think I said before that there were surprisingly little penalties. I am sorry, Masato. I am very sorry. I called that out. It is my fault. It is the commentator's curse. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm very sorry, Victor Masato. But Reska Kyoso is now very close on the rear of Damien Pristupa. What can they do? This is a battle for position. This is just a normal battle for position, but Reska Kyoso having a better standard pace. Go on a quick lap base. However, consistency is the key. And Damien Pristupa seems to have been consistent throughout this race. Reska Kyoso needs to overtake as soon as possible in order to not get mentally, I don't want to say scarred, but slightly injured. Maybe that is a word. Kageru Kanemoto with a yellow flag. Let us take a look what happened there. Losing it into the S's, it seems like. Yeah, taking a bit too much curb and getting it unsettled. We saw there was Adrian Dubrovka having to negotiate that. Not quite. All of it has been safe. And it seems like Damien Pristupa has now gone behind Reska Kyoso. Kyoso being able to overtake. And this is now a very lonely position should Damien Pristupa not be able to keep up. Because Reska Kyoso is 40 seconds almost behind Mirko VR in P6. The large gap in the middle of the front field there. Zakito Asasagawa seems to be catching up to Albert György now. There's Mirko VR right behind them. Let's see how that first sector is treating the trio. Seems like Akito Asasagawa keeping about the same distance to Albert György up in front. Up through Barbecue, now through Sunset. Mirko VR closing in ever so slightly. Oh, now Akito Asasagawa losing a bit of time there. And let's see through the S's. Can Mirko VR catch up? Oh, it seems like they're getting very close. Not close enough for an attack into Lukop. Maybe. No, that would be a very big maybe for an attack into the Crocodiles. Not going to happen. The Crocodiles are not going to find another victim today. Well, maybe, but not right now, right this instant. Oh, this is a bit of unsettling through Cheetah, and Mirko VR is now right up on the rear of the Lexus, the French Lexus, getting really unsettled there through Cheetah. The sausage curb almost took another victim. Shake it off, Asasagawa. Shake it off. Taking the inside line through turn 1. Simple defending maneuver. Now through the Duke's Case sweep. Turn 1. I keep saying turn 1 when it's actually turn 2. All of this battling between Assetto and Mirko is letting Albert Georgi escape into P4, into a safer P4. But of course, everyone wants to retain the positions they have right now or improve them. Nobody wants to give away positions. So Albert Georgi will want to increase the pace right now, get away from the battling duo of Assetto and Mirko VR. Maybe save that 4th place for VM Interplanetary. There's one driver in the whole grid who has yet to make their pit stop. It is our new entry of Charles the 14th. Hopefully someone told them they have to make a mandatory pit stop. Otherwise, this would get a time penalty at the end of the race. Seems like there's a yellow flag for Raska Kyozo. What happened there? Let's go back 15 seconds and take a look at the replay. It seems to be the S's again. Taking the curb quite heavily, and oh, it is on the second inside curb actually. Getting a bit unsettled, but saving it. Oh, that was like almost an alien-like save there by Raska Kyozo. Weird. Mirko VR still following Akito Asasagawa. And it seems like Panic Fungus has retired, got massive damage in the first lap because of other people, and then spun in the fast straight because of it and needed to repair the car for 3 minutes. Very unfortunate for Panic Fungus today. Could have challenged for better positions were it not for that incident in the first lap. And Adrian Dubrovka is now in the way as the two teammates almost clashed there on the short straight in front of the S's. But Mirko VR managing to keep it close and tight to Akito Asasagawa in front. And Charles the 14th now doing the pit stop. The mandatory pit stop, the last one to do so. So everyone did their pit stops today. Nobody forgot to do them. Let's just hope Charles the 14th decided to swap tires, because as far as I'm concerned, it's a mandatory tire swap. And Trazione Integrale there getting very close to Mirko VR through Ingwe, not Jingwe. That would sound very Eastern Asian. We're not in Eastern Asia here. Even though I have been told there is a large Chinese community in South Africa. Yes, I believe Chinese and not Japanese. I believe it was Chinese. Having to think about that for a moment, because I know someone who has told me that. Someone who is of that minority. It would be very embarrassing for me to get that wrong in that case. Leon JHK going off track there to let the front runners of Akito Asasagawa and Mirko VR past. Breaking up into Luco. Coming up to the next back marker. That seems to be Damien Pristupa. No, it's probably Shike Hawken. Because Damien Pristupa should be half a lap down on those two. Charles the 14th now looking to gain a position The battle for second to last place is raging between Tals the 14th and Trazione Integrale. What can the Toyota do against the Femboy Hooters? Breaking into T1, nobody can get a visible advantage. That's the 14th, looking to make up that position though. They're only... and on the exit, onto the back straight, it seems like they managed to do it. Yes! Managing to get the overtake into 20th position. Oh, it says a very slight Trazione Integrale right behind, losing it. Unfortunate, losing it through the corner named Think, Julian, Think. No, it's not like named like that. It is named Sunset. There was a yellow flag as well for DJ Overdrive. Let's see if we can find that. The crocodiles. Maybe just after this replay. But there was a yellow flag for DJ Overdrive, who is now following Alex Benson. Closest battle on track, however, is still Mirko VR versus Akito Asagawa, and the pit window is closed. Everyone managed to do the mandatory pits, but Jordan Brunch is in the pits. Is that for damage? Must have been some major damage. As Mirko VR is reeling in Akito Asagawa through barbecue. Now let's take a look. What can they do into Sunset? Mentrix is also in the pits. Got some late stoppers here. Probably for damage. Hopefully not for splash and dash. That would be a bit bad. Bit. Oh, as Akito Asagawa goes wide again here. Through the S's. Not losing enough time to let Mirko VR catch up. The Aston Martin Racing WEC driver looking to gain a bit of position, but it looks like both of the VM Interplanetary drivers are ahead of both of the Aston Martin WEC drivers, respectively. Jörgi is ahead of Mirko, Masato is ahead of Dubrovka. The points are in favor of VM Interplanetary today. The stars are aligned for the Interplanetary drivers. Boy, that was a bad one. I'm sorry. I've been here, I've been talking alone for nearly an hour, for over an hour, including the qualifying session. Mind dry, road empty, or something like that. Yes, as Mirko VR is trying to keep up with Asagawa, it seems like they have no problem keeping up, but overtaking is problematic into the S's now with the chance, but not side by side enough. Go for the move. Mentrix seems to be still in the pits. And some massive damage. Mirko VR is very much on the rear of the French Lexus in front. Through Mineshaft into the Crocodiles. We have a bit less than 2 minutes to go. That's 1-2 laps, something like that. See, where is our leader, Le Casillas? It'll be 2 more laps. Merco VR. Difficult. Difficult. This is the battle of the VTubers right now. 2 VTubers battling it out. Or P5. Of course, our leading VTuber at the moment is Emilia Anderson. There's a yellow flag for Albert Georgi. Let us take a look through Mineshaft. Did anything happen through Mineshaft? Oh, it was coming together with DJ Overdrive.
Right,
But
man, leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
On this quick look, to me, it didn't look like it was DJ Overdrive's fault. I don't know, though. I'm just the head steward as well, and this is probably going to have to be looked at after the race. As we have the last lap, the final lap, being run by Le Casillas. The Swiss rider with Spanish roots, showing his fiery neutrality in P1. Wow. Joke's not getting better. Good thing the race is starting to end. And they're very close. Merco VR and Akito Sasagawa. That was just to try and overtake into the crocodiles. It was not enough, however. And there's a yellow flag for Leon JHK, losing the position now to Adrian Dubrovka. What happened there? Let us take a look at the replay. Seems to be Cheetah catching out another victim again. And there's a yellow flag for Jordan Brunch as well right now. Yes, the Cheetah has caught out another victim. Jordan Brunch, having had such a nice race, now only in P14. This DJ Overdrive overshoots the braking marker. Merco VR is looking to get a position yet again. Akito Sasagawa driving very defensively into sunset. As Le Casillas is closing in on the finish line. It seems like Le Casillas has got this in the bag on the start-finish straight. Nothing can go wrong now. It is another win
The leader has finished the race.
for our Swiss driver, Le Casillas. And the battle rages on for P5. Merco VR very much on the rear of Akito Sasagawa. Now, Merco, don't do anything stupid. Not trying to do anything stupid into the crocodiles. Good exit could propel them, but not enough it seems. Now carrying as much speed as possible. It is not possible to overtake before the start finish straight, but this is not going to be an overtake. And 5th place for Merco VR. Le Casillas finished in P1 with some donuts in style, ahead of Emilia Anderson in P2. Doing donuts as well. Psycho Car is in P3, who has not decided to join the donut party. Albert Georgi also in the donuts. Akito Sasagawa in P5. Merco VR in P6. Reska Kyoso in P7. Fabian Pristupa in P8. Victor Masato in 9. Gary Slate in 10. Adrian Dubrovka in 11. Leon JHK in 12. Theo Cast in 13. Jordan Branch in 14. Kagero Kanemoto in 15. Alex Benson in 16. DJ Overdrive 17. Shike Hawken in 18. Charles the 14th in 19. Trazione Integrale in 20th. And iMentrix closing up the rear. Panic Fungus and Alexander Arthur unfortunately did not manage to finish the race. After this great race, wow, we have once again a dominating 1-2 by the SR team, Nicoseas, followed by Emilia Anderson. The team championship seems all but decided at this moment in time, as we are looking forwards to the race next week. We will be racing at Suzuka. It will be a 2-hour-long race featuring some night and day changing. I think the race will start in the night and end at the day, something like that. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. I have been Julian Strasser. This has been TRACC. This has been IVGTC. And this has been round 4, race 4 at Kyalami, the South African V-Prix. Thanks everyone for watching, and see you next week. Goodbye.